one of the things that I wanted to bring up was the fact how he talked about how we were as humans. So going back into time, because you're going back into time when we had to live in tribal communities in order to ensure that we were safe and secure. And during that time, we literally had to think about survival and do things that revolve around surviving.
Uh-huh.
And what he taught us, and a lot of what Buddhist or Eastern teachings teach us, it's a lot about, okay, we've transitioned from having to live in that way because now we don't technically need tribal communities to survive. I can go work, get a home on my own, and not really need any type of community to help me do that if I don't want to be a part of something. And what I liked that he shared is that we still, especially here in the US, we still are kind of stuck in that survival mode. And what
Uh-huh.
we have not done is transitioned into now that we survived, how do we thrive? And so for me, I was like, oh, that was something that resonated with me because I think about that a lot. And that's what got me into really about this whole idea of scarcity mindset, how we're always competing, how the playing field doesn't feel leveled, and how people intentionally are reaching for things and they have no idea why they're reaching for it. They just know that it's something that's going to bring them success. And then when they find success, to his point,
They're
they
still
feel like
not validated.
yeah, they're still
There's
not
no
validated.
validation.
But in doing that, they ruin people trying to find their own validation that they will never get
Hmm.
because there's no contentment within themselves. They haven't really looked within themselves because they're always seeking external validation. And so, I was like, oh my gosh, that is deep, from because we don't think about how we are kind of stuck. We're stuck in that survival of the fittest. And I say that sometimes. I'm like, man, this world here is the survival of the fittest. Man, it's and we've really kind of lost ourselves in that. But this respective thought process, this concept that Joseph is bringing, it really helps us to better understand some of the teachings that we have found when we learn about the idea of meditation and what that brings about. And um, and so that was something that really resonated with me. There was a quote in the book, and he said, and yet there is a mismatch because we are navigating today's world with a mind that is still programmed with primitive fear.
Hmm.
The
Fear.
problem is that we often forget, hold on, that fear. The problem is that we often forget this distinction. Our mind's duty is to keep us alive, and our consciousness duty is to help us feel fulfilled. Our soul is the reason why we're even on this journey in the first place, to find peace within ourselves.